disgusting, heinous scandals in their entire history. It's being called the Grooming Gang or Rape Gang scandal, and it's rocking the UK government like never before. A scandal that threatens to actually end not just the current UK government, but ideological wokeness itself. The story originally broke back in 2011. Journalist Andrew Norfolk reported on girls as young as 12 having abortions as a result of abuse, while one girl, aged 13, appeared to have been raped more than 50 times. He noted that in 17 trials held from 1997 to his time of that report, 2011, across 13 towns, 50 of the 56 offenders were Pakistani Muslim. And then another report came out in 2014, this by the British professor Alexis Jay. And it found that in a single northern town in England, at least 1,400 children were sexually exploited. 1,400 children in a single town. Again, the report found that the vast majority of the perpetrators were Pakistani Muslim. In another report, this involved the town of Telford, near Birmingham, a town of 140,000 residents. Some 1,000 young girls were systematically raped and sexually abused by gangs of men over a number of years. And that number of 1,000 is most likely, according to the report, tame as compared to what the actual number is. The perpetrators were, again, mostly Pakistani men. The victims were overwhelmingly poor, white, and English, and they were as young as 11 and 12 years old. A recent academic paper examined 73 trials covering 44 towns and 498 accused. That report found that 83% of the people prosecuted for group localized child sexual exploitation were Muslim. According to the conclusion of another report, this epidemic of child rape on a mass industrial scale simply has no other comparison, even remotely, in 21st century Britain. According to one member of parliament, as many as 1 million British children could have been affected by the rape gangs over the last 30 years.
It's astonishing that what happened during this experience was that we found out that none of us is a celebrity. None of us is a poor person or a rich person, a Democrat or a Republican. We were just neighbors, just really helping each other.
As you know, where I live is on fire right now. Literally, the entire city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. The market I shop in, the schools my kids go to, friends, many friends now have lost their homes.
All right, everybody. Today is Gender Reassignment Day. I'm going to come around and give you each a new gender and pronouns. Jimmy, you're now Jamay, she, her. Carlos, you're now Carla, she, they. Rebecca, those shoes are giving pure cuteness, but they're also giving non-binary. Oh, and Jack. Jack, you are now Jackie, she, her. This whole table, non-binary. What? Sam, you are now Sam, but non-binary Sam.
Thank you.
And Chad, Chad, you are still a Chad. Keep being a Chad.
Okay.
All right, everybody, are you happy with your gender? No. Well, that's too bad. All right, so for homework, if you're a guy, you now need to listen to Nickelback and Joe Rogan. If you're a woman, things are already tough enough for you. Just keep being a woman. And if you're non-binary, I need colored hair by Monday. Thank you.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times.
Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be.
Walking away from fact checking,
fact suppressing,
as well as not reporting anything having to do with discrimination regarding TPS.
TPS? What is he even talking about? Does anybody even know? I think he's talking about how they're not going to say that they're not going to censor posts anymore that make fun of transgender people, that refer to certain groups of people as having mental illnesses or being weirdos.
I find to be just contrary to American justice, the way we talk about one another. Telling the truth matters. I mean, I know I'm on national television, but you all are local reporters and national reporters. This is not a real question, but what do you think? You think it doesn't matter that they let be printed where millions of people read it, things that are simply not true? I mean, I don't know what that's all about.
It's about free speech, sir. It's about the First Amendment. It's also about lies, because the Democrats always lie and have to censor facts and opinions that undermine their agenda, even jokes.
It's completely contrary to everything America's about.
Censorship certainly is, sir, which is why we voted you out of office.
And the idea that, a billionaire can buy something and say, by the way, from this point on, we're not gonna fact check anything. And when you have millions of people going online, reading this stuff, it is, anyway. Well, I had a long talk with Zelensky today. And I think that as long as we continue to keep Western Europe united as it relates to Ukraine, that there is a real chance that the Ukrainians can prevail, because the cost to Russia is incredibly high. Over 600-some-thousand dead or wounded. The Koreans they brought in is having high mortality rates as well. And I made it clear that I provided every bit of funding that authority I have as president to be able to do that now. And I know that there are a significant number of Democrats and Republicans on the Hill who think we should continue to support Ukraine. It is my hope and expectation they'll speak up and not agree to President if Trump decides to cut off funding for Ukraine. Yeah. Putin's in tough shape right now. And I think it's really important that he not have any breathing room to continue to do the god-awful things he's continuing to do. And as I said, he's got his own problems economically, significant problems economically, as well as politically at home. And so I decided to do everything I possibly could within my power and authority to give Ukraine every advantage it could have to be able to sustain support for an independent Ukraine.